Good morning. Please forgive me. My allergies are off the charts this morning. With this weather change here in Colorado, it's one day hot, one day cold. So I apologize for sniffling and whatever. Anyway, welcome to the Informed American podcast. I'm going to break down this week's most significant developments in politics, policy, and public affairs. I'm your host, Shelley Meyer. Today, I'm focusing on the Trump administration's actions over the past week. From foreign policy maneuvers to domestic legal battles, here's what you need to know. Foreign policy and military actions. Bagram Air Force Base ultimatum. Trump issued a stark warning to Afghanistan, demanding the return of Bagram Air Force Base to U.S. control. He stated, "Bad things are going to happen if the base is not returned," highlighting its strategic importance near China and Pakistan. The Taliban currently controls the base, and it's unclear what actions the U.S. might take to reclaim it. This comes from the New York Post. Military strikes on drug vessels. Yeah, he did it again. The U.S. military conducted its fourth strike on a vessel allegedly involved in drug trafficking near Venezuela. Trump disclosed the operation via his Truth Social account, sharing a video of the strike. The action reflects the heightened military approach to dealing with narcotics smuggling on Venezuela's coast. However, this boat was just a regular boat. It was nothing. This information comes from Axios. Now, for domestic legal and political developments, we go to the appointment of the new U.S. attorney. Trump appointed Mary Maggie Cleary as the acting U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia following the sudden resignation of Eric Siebert. Now, Siebert stepped down amid reports that he resisted pressure to charge New York Attorney General Letitia James with mortgage fraud. There's no evidence that she committed mortgage fraud. Clearly, a conservative lawyer and former U.S. attorney has been active in Republican policies. Now, we're talking about Cleary. So, of course, Trump is going to appoint someone who is on his side. This information comes from Politico. This one is very, very controversial on both sides. Charlie Kirk's death and the political fallout. The tragic death of conservative commentator Charlie Kirk has sparked a wave of political and media reactions. Trump has used the incident to intensify his criticism of the media, accusing outlets like CNN and MSNBC of being corrupt political arms of the democratic process. Regardless, this has led to increased tensions between the administration and the press. And don't get me started on the Jimmy Kimmel incident. That's a firestorm all by itself. This information came from The Guardian, by the way. For immigration and border policy, the deportation of Guatemalan migrant children has been blocked. A federal judge in Washington, D.C. blocked the Trump administration from deporting Guatemalan migrant children who arrived in the U.S. alone. The ruling cited a lack of evidence that their parents requested their return, temporarily halting deportations and highlighting concerns about the treatment of unaccompanied minors. We're not 100% sure if those children are being taken to Alligator Alcatraz, but there'll be more on this story as it evolves. This information comes from AP News. Border Czar is under investigation. Tom Homan, appointed as Border Czar in Donald Trump's second administration, was recorded accepting $50,000 in cash from undercover FBI agents posing as contractors. In return, Homan allegedly promised to help them secure government contracts if Trump returned to power. The investigation has sparked accusations of corruption and political interference within the Department of Justice. Again, no evidence of this, but it's definitely something to continue looking into. This information comes from The Guardian. As for economic and trade policies, here are the tariff increases. The Trump administration has enacted a series of steep tariffs affecting nearly all goods imported into the country. From January to April of this year, the average applied U.S. tariff rate rose from 2.5% to an estimated 27%. These tariffs represent a significant shift in trade policy and have implications for both domestic industries and international relationships. This comes from Wikipedia. I will need more solid reference as time goes on. But these tariffs are causing damage across the country with food prices, gas prices, prices of everything. So we need to be watching out for these prices and how things go as time goes on. And for the H-1B visa fee increase, Trump has signed an executive order imposing a $100,000 annual fee on the H-1B visa holders. That's insane. This move has stirred anxiety among tech companies and foreign workers, raising concerns about the future of skilled immigration and its impact on the U.S. economy. This comes from The Guardian. I don't even know what to say about that. It's like his card for immigrants that's $1 million, and only very wealthy people from other countries can come in because they're the only ones who can afford it. This is not a good sign. Let's just say that. And I'm not being political biased. This is not a good sign. And onto science and public health. Now, during Trump's second presidency, right now, the scientific landscape of the United States has undergone significant upheaval. Agencies such as the CDC, NOAA, NIH, and the EPA have seen mass layoffs, program cancellations, and leadership upheaval. Critics warn this assault will have enduring consequences, potentially setting back scientific advancements by decades and compromising the nation's health, climate resilience, and technological leadership. And we know back several months ago, he and Musk ended cancer research. That's had a huge negative impact on the medical industry. And this public health and science research is not going to be any better. This information comes from The Guardian, by the way. I am very, very concerned about what's going on in the country right now and in the world, because anything that happens across the world affects the United States. And we just can't live this way. We need something solid. We need to fix things. And, you all know me. Anybody who knows me knows that I do not like Trump. However, I do my best to bring unbiased news to the people of the United States, the people who listen to my podcast, the people on my social media. And this is going to tear this country apart, everything that is going on. So I highly recommend that all of you out there, please read the news. I don't want you to watch the news because that's not going to give you anything substantial. But read news that's from reliable, unbiased sources like AP News, NPR, things like that. Listen to the words that come out of Trump's mouth. Don't sit there and listen to him and go, well, he meant this, or you're taking it out of context. No, what he says is what he means. Please listen, because if this continues, there's really not going to be much of an America left. So that concludes my update on the Trump administration's actions over the past week. Please stay tuned for more insights into the policies shaping America's future. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you always. I'm Shelley Meyer, and this has been the Informed American Podcast. Have a great day.